Oh my god. I am in no way, shape or form prepared for a video such as this today. Now, I thought I had a table. I did, but it's very small. I'd have to sit on the ground like a geisha from Japan or something to record from a table. But welcome back to something a bit different. It's unscripted. Everything that I'm saying now isn't written on Notepad. It's in fact, it's just weird. It's just a strange one today. So I thought I'd do a little bit of something different. Now, obviously, a lot of my content includes true crime and all that kind of stuff. But I thought we'd take a break from that, just for one video. And recently, I have been watching people take something called the Beanboozled challenge. Now, this isn't a new trend. This is something that people were doing maybe 2-3 years ago now. So, in terms of trending things, it's quite old. And I'm surprised I've never heard of it before, because I always like really weird and wacky food. So as soon as I saw this, I hopped straight onto the website that it was from, and I purchased myself a Beanboozled challenge set. And that's what we're doing today. We're going to torture ourselves with a variety of disgusting and nice flavoured beans. Now, I've just had a really big bowl of pasta, and I don't think that's the wisest decision before going on to this, but I think I've got too cocky. Hopefully it won't come back up at some point and we won't have any horrible accidents, but yeah, we're going to take the chance, and hopefully the pasta stays down along with the other things that I will be putting into my mouth in this video. I have in front of me the Beanboozled set. I have a little pack of Jellybeans, which is right here. You can see that if it's going to focus. It probably won't, because it's a really weird thing, is the camera. I also have the box with a spinner in it, and a slightly larger pack of beans. Now, I have tried one bean, and it wasn't great, but I think it was one of the better beans, which again isn't great. Now, the pack, am I going to open it? Yeah, let's open it. Now, when I opened the pack of beans, the big pack of beans, there was a very obvious smell of vomit emanating from the packet, and the reason I don't want to take off the lid is because it makes the whole room smell like vomit, and it's awful. So in the pack, it's a big pack, fairly large pack, and you get a little spinner in there as well. Now, the spinner determines what bean you have to pick out of the little challenge packet I've just shown you. Now, because I'm not playing this with anybody, I want all the disgusting beans to myself. We're not going to use the spinner, because it's a bit crap, it's a bit flimsy, and when you flick it, it doesn't really do anything at all. So what we're going to do is we're just going to open up this packet and choose randomly. Now, the flavours are also on the back, so we can see which flavour we're about to eat, and there are some gross ones. I also have a glass of water next to me here, just in case like a bit of, I don't know, rotten egg gets stuck in my teeth, like it's been there for 15 years, which doesn't sound nice in hindsight, but it's something I've got to do. So, with that being said, we're going to open up the bean packet. Now I've just had to place the mic on my lap while I open this. I don't know if you can hear me properly. You can probably hear all the bloody shit I'm trying to get. Oh, there's a little... Yeah, never mind, there's a little tear strip. Jesus Christ, man. Good start. Brilliant start. So, we've taken off... Again, I don't know if you can hear me. I will lift up my mic again now. The packet has been removed. So I'm going to flip open the lid and I'm just going to take a quick sniff of what's in here. It's probably going to be vomit, isn't it? Let's be honest. So opening up the packet. Yep, there's a very... It's like if you've mixed a bit of cardboard with vomit and then you've put like... I think I can smell a bit of old bandage in there as well, which by the way is a flavour. I don't know who taste tested an old bandage, but they've done it. They've taste tested an old bandage. So I think it's time, isn't it? It's time for a bean, I suppose. So we're just going to pick one out randomly, and the colour is a brown. It's a brown. You can see it. Now we've got two colours on this. We've either got a, I believe, a stink bug. That can't be right. Or a toasted marshmallow. Either way, we're gonna find out, aren't we? I'm gonna put it in my mouth. I'm gonna put it in my mouth and we'll see what this is. Now, before I put this into my mouth, a quick warning that this is going to be an awful challenge. There might be a little bit of gagging and retching. So if you get affected by that, then I'd say don't watch this. Now we've talked for 8 minutes now, so we're just going to pop the first belly jelly bean in and we're going to go for it. That's not good. I think that's definitely stink bug. It tastes a bit like it's like a concoction between noodles and imagine licking a plastic toy that's been in the cupboard for a while. I'm not saying I did that as a kid, but it's gone down the hatch. Okay, good. No, I'm not saying I did that as a kid, but yeah, imagine you lick a little bit of a plastic toy and then you eat some noodles, or you just put plastic in the noodles. That's exactly what it is, because that definitely wasn't toasted marshmallow. I've never had a marshmallow that tastes like that before. Let's dip in for the second bean, I suppose, and there are a couple of flavours on here which, oh god, I don't like the look of this one. Now there are a couple of flavours on here which don't look too bad. You've got a blue one, spoiler alert, which is basically toothpaste and berry blue. Two different flavours. Now, toothpaste, it's just going to be mint, isn't it? And maybe a bit of bitterness, but you know, toothpaste, it's not too bad. And then obviously I like berries. And now this next one, this one is an orange and a red one. Now this could be the end of this video, 2 beans in. Now this is a orange and a red one, and that is either vomit, you know, the prevalent smell, the big smell coming from the packet, or peach. Let's pop it in. Oh, it's like euphoria. Oh, that's peach. Delivered. You've delivered. You give me the goods and you give me a nice ripe peach. Yeah, pretty buzzing with that. I like a good peach. That's all I can say about that, really, isn't it? Peach, it's good. We'll get a bit more confident. I'll cleanse my palate with a bit of water. Because even though the sensation of having a peach jelly bean stuck to your teeth is a bit of a blessing, I don't really want my palate to be affected by other flavours, basically. So, with that being said, we've cleansed the palate. We'll now move on to the next bean. Now then, we've got here what looks like either a Tutti Frutti or a dirty dishwasher. Now, I've had a dirty dishwasher before, and it tasted as if you just turned off the dishwasher and you took a plate out that's, you know, filled with soap, and you give it a good lick. Imagine that. Well, don't imagine that, because you might feel sick. That's exactly how I can describe the dirty dishwasher. It tastes like a washed plate that's been in the sink or in the dishwasher. So we'll pop it in, and then we'll talk a little bit more about dirty dishwashers. Sorry, dishwater, should I say. Yep, again. Oh, that one's worse. So what you can taste in this one is like, if you've grabbed a cup and you've washed it out, used a bit of washing up liquid, and you've not quite swilled it out properly before you grab a drink of water. When I swallow this bean, the aftertaste I get is of that if you've got like soap bubbles in your mouth. So if you go hic or you hiccup, basically you get like an aftertaste of soap, don't you? It's basically that, and the aftertaste that you can taste is absolutely, it's like you've just drank washing up liquid per se. Just cleanse the palate there with a bit of water. But so far we're doing okay, because I don't think we've got any of the worst flavours yet. I think the flavours we've got, did you hear that? I think the flavours we've got so far have been quite forgiving. Obviously I've had the dishwater one. It's not nice, it's eatable, but it's not nice. I think the stink bug one was worse, because it just tasted like dodgy noodles. It wasn't very good, but it wasn't anything to throw up about either. Oh god, stink bug just came back up. Okay, so we've got another one, and oh god, okay, this one, I got the last one wrong. It was either dirty dishwasher or birthday cake, and that certainly wasn't no birthday cake. But this one is the Tutti Frutti one. So this one is either sweaty socks, which some people might be into, but I'm not, or Tutti Frutti. So it's sort of a greeny colour. I don't think I showed the last one. I don't think you can see it. I'm holding these up to the camera and there's no point, because it's just blurry, and that stink bug is really repeating at the moment, which isn't great, but hopefully the sensation of sweaty socks can drown that out. Or Tutti Frutti, we might get lucky, so let's give it a go. Tutti Frutti. Beautiful. Now, I'm not a massive fan of Tutti Frutti usually, but in a situation like this, it's a blessing. We get these I used to get this chewing gum, which was Tutti Frutti, and I wasn't keen on it. I didn't really like the aftertaste of the Tutti Frutti, because it tasted quite rubbery, but on this occasion it's probably one of the best things in this packet so far. I enjoyed it more than the peach. Now we are getting lucky with the bean flavours, we're picking out a different bean every time, and I forgot to mention this is the 6th edition. Apparently there was a canned dog food in one of the editions, but in this one it's very British. It's liver and onions. I think it's British. But this is the 6th edition, not the 5th edition, and this has got 2 new flavours in it. And I'm very curious about one of the flavours, because it just doesn't seem like something you can put into a flavour, and if we get it, we'll know. So, we're going to go in for another flavour, another bean, and here we are. It's a blue one, so it's nice. So it's either toothpaste or berry blue. Either way, I think we're going to be okay with this one, so we're just going to shove it in there. See, it's toothpaste. Not awful, but very minty. It's the awful flavour, but that's really good. That's actually really good. Granted, it does taste a bit like the spit you produce from toothpaste, but other than that, it's not too bad. I'm about to get really gross here, but because it's mixed with my own saliva, it's a bit better than it being mixed with somebody else's saliva, which really isn't something I want to think about. But it's just giving me a nice minty fresh taste. I could eat one of these and go into work and be like, oh yeah, smell my breath, it smells like mouthwash. And I could claim it's mouthwash and nobody would give a fuck, nobody would know, which is perfect. But even so, we're still waiting on one of these really bad flavours. There's a couple in particular I'm not looking forward to, and I've had one of them before, but yeah, we're still waiting on one of these bad flavours. Now the problem is now, a lot of these jelly beans are starting to repeat on me. As I was saying, that's the dishwater coming back up there. Wonderful. Yep. So we're going to move on to the next bean. And in a way, I really want a disgusting one, but in a way, I don't. Now then, what have we got here? Right, I'm not entirely sure, but I have a feeling that this one is one of the bad ones or one of the good ones. Now, yes it is, right, okay. This is either, again you can't see it, pointless. Now this is either one of the ones I was dreading, or it's a very nice one. Now this is either dead fish or strawberry banana smoothie. Obviously there's a big difference between the two, and I think if it's dead fish, we're gonna have a problem. So we're gonna shove it in. That's the dead fish. I've never had salmon like this before. I want to keep them down as well, but it's like, oh god, it's getting worse. It's like tuna and mayo, but it's been in. Have you ever been? Sorry. Have you ever been on a family holiday and you've packed some, like, I can't swallow it, and you've ever had like a cool, we're done. And you've ever had like a tuna sandwich, you know, in the back of the car. I should get rid of this fish in the back of my throat. Oh, I think it's still alive. Jesus. And you've ever had like a fish sandwich in the back of your car, and you've been driving for a few hours, it's sunny, it's warm, and the fish sandwich goes a bit warm, and you eat it, and it just tastes like warm tuna. That's basically it. I don't think any fish were actually harmed in the producing of that jelly bean, unless the caught one left it to rot for a few days and thought, yeah, you know what, stick that in a jelly bean. It looks a bit like strawberry banana smoothie, doesn't it? Stick it in a jelly bean. Carl, get the fish. But yeah, dead fish, not great. Now that's one of the ones that I wasn't really looking forward to. There's still a couple on there that I really don't want to eat. But we've actually nearly gone through all the shit ones, believe it or not. Sorry, I haven't thrown up yet. Might not, probably won't. So we'll dip in and we'll go to the next jelly bean. So we've got another one which is either stink bug or toasted marshmallow. Hopefully it's the latter, because I wouldn't mind trying a bit of toasted marshmallow. Stink bug, yeah. And that's the one that's been repeating the most, which isn't great, because tonight I'm going to be lying in bed and I'm going to let out a little burp probably, and it's just going to be stink bug. It's just going to be plastic noodles. It's going to be, so we're reaching a point where we're struggling to swallow these now. My body's saying, don't swallow that, you piece of shit. And it's getting quite hard progressively now to swallow these. And the other problem I'm having now is that a couple of the flavours are mixed in together. So I've basically got a concoction now of dead fish and stink bug, which, if you think about it, isn't a great concoction to have in your mouth. So I'm finding myself using the cleanser, the palate cleanser, a little bit more often now. How many calories are in these? It's only 360 calories for the whole packet. We'll just finish the fucking lot. No, that'll take hours, that'll take a long time. There's still like a full packet in there. I just want to get most of the bad ones before we finish the video, if we can. So we're going to go back in again, and now then, this is a new one. This is either bogey, which I'm sure a lot of you are familiar with from your younger days, or juicy pear. Now, I would hope for a bit of juicy pear at this moment in time, because I need a bit of a cleanser. My mouth needs a bit of a clean, and I'm pretty sure there's a fair difference between both booger and juicy pear. Oh, that was the dishwater again. Christ, wants to come back up apparently. So I'm going to shove this one in the cake hole and see which one this is. Yeah. I might as well have just picked my nose and eaten that, because that is booger. It's got that very, how the fuck do I describe a booger? It's got that taste of when you're young and you get booger out your nose, and you put it in there, and the initial bite down is nothing special, but then all of a sudden the booger flavour just comes rushing at you. It attacks you, right? And it's been a long time since I've picked my nose and eaten it, and I can't imagine the taste of booger would have gotten any better in the last 20 years or so. But the taste of that, you bite into it, and at first it's like, okay, it's not too bad, and then all of a sudden it just goes overboard, and it tastes like shit. Let's be honest. It's pretty bad. That one's bad. So yeah, again, we've got 3 in a row here, haven't we? We're not doing very well on the... I think we've had 2 nice ones, haven't we? We've had 2 nice ones and about 5 bad ones. I think they just put the bad ones in there more than the nice ones. They just take the piss, if I'm going to be quite honest with you. Right, okay, so a lot of the flavour that I've had, I can still taste the stink bug quite a bit, and that keeps repeating itself. It's not great, and it's obviously mixing in with each and every other bean that I consume as we speak. But I think so far the stink bug is probably one of the worst, not because of the flavour. Oh Christ. Oh, I got a bit of tutti fruity there. That was alright. I'll have that again any day. I'm still really interested in one of the red ones on here. As morbid as that sounds, it sounds really bad. Now we've got another one here, and I'm pretty sure this is the dirty dishwasher or the birthday cake. And I'm hoping I can have a little bit of something here, because I can't do with another dishwater coming up again. We're going to go for it. I've been sadly mistaken, ladies and gents. The bean that I picked out was in fact not a birthday cake or a dishwater. The bean that I picked out was sweaty socks, and I have no experience with eating sweaty socks, like some people may do. It's a very cheesy, it's like cheesy fabric. Imagine if, oh yeah, Christ, it's like if blue cheese was a jelly bean. That's the best way I can describe it. It's like if blue cheese was a jelly bean. Again, not great. I can't say I enjoyed it very much. I don't think I'm enjoying the beans very much so far. They're very evil for putting that amount of shit jelly beans in. I'd like a bit of a montage of nice jelly beans next, I think. I'm going to cleanse the palate. With that being said, God, my burps are going to be awful tonight. I will say that. So the aftertaste on that, it hits the back of your throat. Obviously not pleasant. But yeah, difficult. There's at least one there that I still don't want to do, or 2 there. Yeah, stink bug again. Stink bug. it comes back up every single time. I don't know what to put in the stink bug one to make it come up on me every single time, but it works. Let's go again. So, oh come on, man. It looks like we're going for another. I think this might be actually a dirty dishwater one, or a birthday cake. So we'll find out, I guess, what dirty dishwater tastes like with stinky socks. It's not the best combo, is it really? Or we might get lucky. It might be. You can see the bean from there, can't you? Yes. Okay. Perfect. Or it might be birthday cake. Fuck me. That's 3 of them. Is it 3? It might be 2. I don't know. I've lost track of how much dishwater I've had in the last like half an hour. I'm just speed run. Absolute speed run. Okay, so if we get the same one next time, what we're going to do is we're going to combine the two, make it a bit more exciting. So maybe I might get a vomit booger, who knows. I might get a dead fish with toothpaste on it. The flavours are wild, and I'm actually quite excited. I didn't think of this before, you see. So if we get one of the same colours, just in the hopes that it might be something shit. Who says that? We're going to get another one to go along with it. So we're going to dip in again. And this is obviously a green one. So we'll combine that, right? We will combine that, unless this one's the same, with either a stink bug or toasted marshmallow. Now, if I hit the jackpot here, I've got juicy pear and toasted marshmallow in my hands, but we're going to gamble with these two, and we're either going to have a booger stink bug, a booger marshmallow, a pear bug, or a pear marshmallow, which I don't think exists, but if it's nice, it could probably become a new thing. New merch out now. Anyway, we're going to launch these into our mouth. We may regret everything. That's a fucking double take if I've ever seen one. What's that? I'm sure that was a booger marshmallow, but the flavours worked really well. Either that or I just got a really weird flavoured pear, because as I bit down into that, I tasted booger, but then the marshmallow came in and it was glorious, and then the two sort of mixed, and it was this little concoction that actually tasted quite pleasant. But we'll do that again. Let's do it again and see what concoction we get. So we've got here a blue one of the better ones, toothpaste or berry blue, and we've also got here a blue one, either a toothpaste or a berry blue. I'm just kidding, we'll save that for after. We'll have that for dessert. Come on. Oh, okay, right. Plot twist, guys and gals. We've got a red one. Now, the red one I am particularly interested in, morbidly, because while I do like pomegranate, there's also a new flavour, which is Old Bandage, which if you look at true crime, that's right up my street. This is probably the closest I'm ever going to be to true crime in person. Old Bandage. So before we sort out the blue ones we've got down there, we're going to have a taste of this red one. Now, I've forgotten the taste of pomegranate, so I may mistake the flavour of Old Bandage for pomegranate. Let's pop it in and give it a go. Oh my god. Okay. Okay. Keep it down. Thank God I don't hate pomegranate. Otherwise this would be a blessing. Right. We need to swallow this one. It's got a... Obviously it's Old Bandage, you might have noticed by now. It's got a very musky taste to it. It's almost as if you've, not vacuumed up for a while and a load of dust has accumulated on the floor. I need to take a palate cleanser. Wow. Yeah, the aftertaste is bad. It's like if you were to grab a dust ball and just munch away on that, and it's stuck in my teeth as well. I can feel it. Yeah, there's Old Bandage stuck on my teeth right now. Yeah, I can't say it's a good feeling. It's not good. It's still there. It's still there. It's still. I'm gonna have to. Oh. Right, it's gone. Sorry about that. Oh fuck. Okay. Right, that's ruined the mood a little bit, is that? So we're gonna go in for the next one. Yeah, we're not finishing these today. I'll do another few more, and then I think that's it. And looking at it, they've given me a... This is one of the worst ones, I think. It's either bath or peach. So we're going the full lot here, apparently. Vomit or peach. So because this is one we haven't tried yet, we're just going to go for it. I've still got the blue ones on the side. We'll give them a mix in with something else. Preferably not Old Bandage. I don't think I want toothpaste on my Old Bandage. I can still taste the bandage. It's stuck somewhere in my mouth and I don't know where. And I've already got a feeling I know what this is because I can smell it. I shouldn't smell it. So now it's going in. That is truly orgasmic. Yes. Now that is one I want stuck to my teeth. That is a lovely, lovely bit of peach. And I am happy with that. Dead happy with that. I don't know why I put the packet down because I'm going to pick it back up again. And we go in for another one. Hopefully I get a repeat one. And these are actually really addictive now, I'm not kidding. Okay. So what we've got on our hands right now is either a dirty dishwasher or a birthday cake. And we're going to mix that in, we're going to mix it up with one of the blue ones. So I've got a blue one and a white one in my hand. Now, this could either be a toothpaste, dishwater, I think. Am I right? Am I right in saying that? Yeah, definitely. Okay. Toothpaste, dishwater, toothpaste, birthday cake, which is something I've never had for any of my birthdays, actually. Or maybe we'll have a blueberry birthday cake. That sounds beautiful. Or maybe some blueberry dishwater. Maybe we'll switch it up. Maybe we'll have blueberry flavoured washing up liquid. How about that? New merch in my description. Okay, so we're just going to go for it with these two. Okay. There's definitely toothpaste there. But I'm thinking it's birthday cake. Because the taste of the dishwater it was more in your face. It was more like, oh, look at me, I'm a bastard, I'm gonna kick you down while you're already down, you know what I mean? It's one of those flavours is the dishwater that'll say, yeah, you've had a couple of good flavours, now fuck off. It's a very violent flavour, do you know what I mean? Yeah, so I've got another blue bean here. It looks like a toothpaste one. It's got a white little thing at the end. I don't know if any of these are obviously something or the other. There's so many blue ones though, which is very unreasonable for the people at the toothpaste factory. Again, another blue one. That's 3 blue ones on the trot there. Oh, this is a good one. We've got a rotten egg or buttered popcorn. Now, I know the taste of the rotten egg ones because we used to have a Harry Potter rotten egg bean, and it was probably one of the worst things I've ever tasted. Now, I'm not a big fan of egg, personally. So having a rotten egg in something like a jelly bean, it's too much. Why do you need a rotten egg in a jelly bean? So I think I'm going to eat this, right, and then I'm going to try and find a few of the other flavours. There's only really 2 more to try, and that will be barf and liver and onions if this happens to be a rotten egg. Now the rotten egg I believe to be the worst one. That's the stink bug coming up. Again, I've not had a stink bug in 10 beans, and it's there. It's there, it's in your face. It's like, I'm back. Anyway, so we've got here either toothpaste or berry, and we're going to mix that with either egg or popcorn. So we're going to shove this in. There. You know what that is? It's blueberry. No, it's not. It's not. Is it? It's rotten egg, 100%. I can taste it because the egg covers the whole of your throat. It's that bad. And hands down, the worst flavour in the pack. No, it's toothpaste, is that, because I can taste the toothpaste on top of the egg. It's like you've just eaten an egg, basically. That was a hard one to swallow. And then you brush your teeth straight afterwards. It's a bit like that. Now I'm sick of the blue ones, so I'm not going to eat any more blue ones. But what I would like to find before we finish this video today, there's still a brown one and a possibly vomit one. We've had everything else. I don't think we need to go any further than that, because I'm going to get accustomed to the flavour, and I'm going to be looking up dead fish jellybeans on the Google, and I don't really fancy doing that. So I'm just going to put my mic down for 2 seconds and find 2 of these jellybeans, maybe 4, I don't know, we'll have a look. Now then, I can taste the rotten egg with no more palate cleanser, so we're just going to have to go for it. I've managed to pick out the 2 last coloured beans, okay, and that is either Bath or peach. We've had a peach one, we haven't had a Bath one. If this is a peach one, it will be glorious. And we've also got the brown one, which is either liver and onions, which by the way I don't mind as a meal. Not sure it'll translate well in a jelly bean, but hey ho. Or cappuccino, and I'm really fond of coffee related foods and drinks. I must say that rotten egg, it keeps coming back up. It's almost as if somebody said to a group of people, right, bend over this bucket and just fart into the bucket. Just take a shit, take a big diarrhea dump into this bucket, and then we'll just mix a ton of gelatin in there, mix it all up. Give it to the people who want to try this challenge, they'll love it. It just keeps coming back up. It keeps coming back up. All I can taste is farts. Not great. So final 2 beans, because we need to tie this off now. We've been going almost an hour recording wise, and I don't think my body can take any more beans. So we're down to the last 2. It's like sudden death. We've got last 2, and the last 2 possibly bad flavours. So again, we've got either peach. You know what, I'm about to change my mind. I think that's dead fish. We're gonna go for it anyway. It is. We're dead fish. How the fuck are we dead fish? I'm not doing any more. It's that or old bandage that are the worst ones, honestly. Again, you're going back to warm fish in a sandwich. It's like a fish paste sandwich. Yeah, I think I've worked it out. It tastes a bit like tuna paste, so I'll eat this last one and then I'll just explain a few things that are going through my mind right now about this quote-unquote challenge. So the last one is either the liver and onions or cappuccino. If it's the latter, fantastic, we're finishing on a good note. If it's the liver and onions, I may not be too bothered anyway, because I don't mind it as a food. So we're going to go for it. Well, it turns out, just my luck, it's not either one of those 2, it's the fucking stink bug again. So we are finishing on a stink bug note, unfortunately. I must have got 3 good flavours there, honestly. Yeah, I got 2 flavours in overall out of the bad ones. So I've spent about an hour now eating shit, basically. Again, the stink bug, it's stuck to my teeth. I don't have a palate cleanser, so I can't water it down. I've just got to let the stink bug live there for the rest of its jellybean life. Now, what I was thinking about with the dead fish, when I mentioned the dead fish in particular, I mentioned fish paste. It tastes just like tuna fish paste that you get from the supermarket. But the thing is, with these jelly beans, because you've got a picture of the jelly bean along with the name of the jelly bean. So when you put, let's take the dead fish for example, stink bugs coming back up, and you put the dead fish in your mouth, the jelly bean, not an actual dead fish, what you're thinking of is you're thinking of eating an actual dead fish, when in reality what they seem to have done is used a flavour similar to fish, like tuna paste, maybe added something to it, maybe a bit more, I don't know, salt or something like that, and they've used this in the jelly bean to create the taste of a dead fish, what they think might be a dead fish. I've no doubt in my mind that these actual things don't actually taste like the things on the packet. They're gross, nonetheless, they are disgusting. I might have a couple more, maybe, but I will tell you what is definitely in this other packet here. I have in my hand here a larger packet of these jelly beans, or it might be the same sort of packet, a secondary packet, which isn't in a proper packet, it came in this packet, and the smell of vomit coming from this is overwhelming, and I can see at least 3 vomit coloured ones at the top. Now I tried one of these jelly beans before I did this, and that was obviously dirty dishwater, but I can see one that is without a doubt peach flavoured. It's vomit, obviously it's vomit, and with that being said, that's enough for today. We tried every terrible flavour apart from liver and onions. I don't think we've got any of those. I've had a look through, I can't find one, but we have tried every single terrible flavour on the back of this, with a barf at the end that basically said fuck you, and that's the taste I'm leaving with in my mouth today, the good old taste of vomit. And with that, I'm going to leave you. If you want to buy one of these, if you're in the UK, I'll leave a link to this down below, because while gross, it is a very clever concept. I know there's been a lot of talking in this video, and you probably want me to piss off, or you want to close the video. I'll leave a link to Jelly Belly. It's very clever concept. Now there is another one that I might do in the coming months. Obviously we're going back to our old content in the next video and so forth. But there is a slightly smaller heat challenge. So basically beans with different, I don't know, peppers, like jalapeno. It goes all the way up to Carolina Reaper, the hottest bean, and there's a couple in between that. There's about 5 beans in total, but they're all in a big packet, like your Beanboozled challenge. So yeah, I think the entire point of this product is just to make you feel sick, and they've done bloody well. So I'll leave a link down to that in the description, and now I will bugger off. Thank you guys so much for watching. Stay safe. Don't eat any stink bugs because they'll come back on you. And I will see you in the next video. Bye. Oh fuck.